Hello, this is Thomas, K4SWL. If you're new here, I like to do real-time, real-life amateur radio field activation videos. And if this park looks familiar, it's because I was just here 2 or 3 weeks ago. This is South Mountain State Park, the Clear Creek access, which is kind of at the opposite end of the really popular end of the park. And there's a little water reservoir up here, a nice little lake, and it's really pretty. I'll try to include some photos in my activation report. But yeah, I'm here with the family. They're going to be off camera the whole time. They don't really care to be on camera. So we're here. We just had a little picnic lunch, and I'm going to play a little bit of radio. I've got my arborist throw line out and put a line up in this tree. And I'm using my speaker wire antenna again today. Why? I don't know. It's what I threw in the bag before I left. What I'm actually looking forward to doing today, I should say, we actually, for the first time in a while, I have Hazel here with me. And she's settling down, probably looking for food right now, but she's here with me. She hasn't been out in an activation in a really long time because I haven't been doing activations in my near my hometown. I've been doing them a little further away, and she hasn't been with me, but she's doing great. Everybody asks about her all the time. She's doing fine. She'll probably come over here a little closer during the activation. She actually doesn't like the camera. I don't know what it reminds her of, but when I get the camera around, she wants to go the other way. She's just not into the whole fame and fortune of YouTube, I guess. Anyway, today I've got the LaCraft KX2 out, and I'm trying something new here today. So normally I'm going to do some CW. We're in the middle of the CQ Worldwide contest in CW right now. So the 40 meter band, the 20 meter band, all the normal hand bands are very, very busy with activity. So I decided I'm going to go up to the 30 meter band and maybe see if I can do some work on the 30 meter and 17 meter bands. I have no idea if they'll be productive or not. We'll just have to see. I'll be happy if I just get 10 contacts, frankly. I'm not really wanting to hit any records today or anything. Normally, with the KX2, I would be using one of my paddles, CW Morse paddle or an N6ARA paddle, or this little KXPD2 paddle that attaches to the front. But I had something totally different today. So my buddy N6ARA, he has made an interesting little paddle, and he sent it to me to kind of check out. And it comes in this really cool little container. Now I want you to see how small this thing is. It is insanely tiny. The idea with this little paddle that he made is to have a backup paddle in case he's out operating and accidentally leaves a paddle at home, which can happen. I mean, it's happened to the best of us at times where we kind of walk away, or maybe the paddle that you take to the field, you do something to it and, it doesn't work right. Maybe you lose a screw out of it or something happens. So he wanted a backup paddle, and one that he could even maybe primarily use with his MTR3B, which is a very, very tiny radio. And so he designed this one, and it's super clever. Now, probably by the time I write this activation report and I check back in with him, I'll see if this is something that he's planning to sell in any quantity, or if he's just doing this as like a project for himself. I'll kind of find out more details about it, and I will link to it in the description below in the activation report. But when I first saw this, I was looking at like, how well will this work? This is so clever. The design is just really, really clever, really simple. I mean, obviously, old N6ARA is a great engineer, but how well will it actually work when you plug it in? And I decided today, instead of just using this as my spare paddle, I'll use it as my primary paddle here on the KX2. Now, if you look at this really carefully, you'll see that, it is very simple. So you're literally plugging this directly into the key port. That may not be super practical with a lot of radios, especially the ones that have the key port on the back of the radio. But for something like the KX2, it's on the side. And I'm pretty sure I can operate this directly with the KX2. We'll find out today. But of course, you could always get a 3.5 millimeter stereo plug with a female on one end, a male on the other end, and just like as a little 3-foot extension or something. And then you could hold this in your hand and operate it as a regular paddle. So there's always that possibility. But I mean, to be able to carry this little guy like this in your pack as a spare paddle, that's brilliant. I love it. I love it. So anyway, let's see what we can do here. Now you may hear me talking to my daughter off to the side here, K4TLI. She is going to help me log today, hopefully. Okay, yeah, I knew I'd probably do something like that when I plugged it in. Now, I'll have to move the radio this way. So you're not going to see the frequency display very easily, but hey, you don't need to, really. But the weird part will be operating it this way. Let's see here. I haven't really heard anybody on frequency here the whole time I have been operating. Let me just check. I may go to 10, 11, 5.5. Okay, let me check my logs and get my daughter. Oh, no, I'm hearing somebody there. There's more activity on the 30 meter band today because of the contest. Everybody's moved up to the WARC bands because the contest doesn't happen there. Okay, here we go. So all you'll need to do is just put in the call sign and then press save once it's in there. Okay, there we go. I think I did. Let me do the ATU again. I can't remember what I did. Tune up. I got a 1-to-1. Okay. That works really, really well. That's pretty clever. Okay, here we go. Let's see. I think there's a little tension there. There we go. Sorry, it's a little awkward to do it this way, but I'm going to see how this works. Actually, I like this. This is actually a good position, but it may scoot around this table. It's kind of awkward, but there's like plank missing here, and so can't move it over too far that way, and so the radio's not getting as good a situation as it could have. Okay, here we go. Okay, let's go ahead and start calling CQ. This is incredibly clever. I really do love this. Okay, so the feeling on this is less like a mechanical thing. It feels almost like a capacitive pad. It's not. I mean, these are kind of rubberized pads here. Whoops, I accidentally hit it. It takes so little effort to make this paddle work. I'll let this keep sending here. Let me make sure I'm on 5 watts. I am. Okay. But it almost feels capacitive because it takes so little effort to make those work. It's really wonderful. It's very, very easy to use. So you're not having to slap this around at all. And again, this is really to be used as like a little backup paddle. Oh, let me make sure I set the mode to CW. I didn't. I'm bad about doing that. There we go. Got it? Okay, we'll put this back up in there. And I'll put his call sign up here so you know it's N6ARA. It's actually really cool. He was out doing an activation, a SOTA activation yesterday in California, and I worked him from North Carolina using this little paddle in my shack. It was a really tough one. It was a very weak signal for both of us, but we made it. It was like an S1 sort of thing. I'm hoping we get some bites today. I can move down to the 40 meter band or up to the 20. The 20 meter band's really busy right now, but I don't know if the reverse beacon network's picking me up actually, but I did schedule the activation, so hopefully it will. Is somebody there? I think somebody may be having problems with their keyer. I think that's what that is. Ooh, there's a big signal next to me too. I'm hearing all that popping. You hear that popping? That's a big signal that's next to me. I think that's somebody, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's somebody having a problem with their keyer. It is beautiful today. It's been pretty cold, but today it warmed up a little bit during the day, more than I think it was supposed to. I want to see what this is next to me. Yeah, I am right up against somebody there. But that may be tough on other people. Let me see. So that could be tough on other people who have radios that aren't as selective as the KX2 is. So maybe the filter makes it hard for them to hear me. So I may have to move here in a little bit to make... Okay. I think it may be K. Okay, you know what? I'm going to move. I am going to move. This is a little too close to somebody else, I think. Let me move down to 112. Let's listen for a little bit, see if anybody's there. So I'm not moving bands, I'm just moving frequencies. Because I think it was getting confusing. See, I have it set to about a 500 hertz bandwidth here on the KX2, and it's pretty good at blocking adjacent signals. That one was only 500 hertz away, so that's the reason you're hearing a little bit of popping. It was coming into the bandpass there, but the KX2 is pretty darn selective. Other radios, not so much. If someone's got an older radio, they may have a hard time, or if the filter is kind of wide and it's a mechanical filter, they may have a hard time hearing me with another station right on top there. So I don't hear anybody here. Here we go with QRL. Let's just go ahead and start calling CQ again. With any luck, the RBN will pick me up again. Oh, you know what? Let me take a picture here while I can. Oops. Sorry. So it's AI Alpha India 8 Zulu. Okay, I missed that. I wasn't listening when he said that. Okay, well, I'll keep calling CQ, I guess. I was not paying attention. In the video, if I were watching the video right now, I could just back up and listen to it again if he sent something, but... That's not quite the order I normally do it, but that works. Ooh, someone's way down in the noise. The QSB is really bad today. Okay, I got WIL. I can't tell if there's somebody else in there. I just said, sorry, no copy your call, but the QSB is just too bad. Okay. It's like a G there. Okay, he must have not realized I got him this last time. Okay. Okay. WA2JMG. The band is in rough shape. Okay, got him. Okay, I think it's... Alpha 0 Zulu. There we go. November 0, Victor Romeo Papa. There's an inchworm in here. There's a spider that literally jumped on me from the radio. This little teeny spider. It was kind of funny, and then he jumped right back off. Okay, I think I got that right. I hope I got his call. Yep. I can't quite tell, or a Z. So Kilo Alpha 3, Oscar, Mike, Quebec. Let's go ahead and do a CQ here real quick. How many do we have? Let's see, let's look up at the top here. It tells at the count. Oh, sorry, go ahead. Got 9. Okay, so one more and I'm done here. I'm probably not going to go very far with this one. That's not the key, that's my hand. This key actually is very accurate. This is kind of incredible how, I haven't been commenting a lot about it because I've been kind of busy, but it's very precise actually. I mean, it takes very little effort. You can see I'm not slamming it around. It responds really naturally. It feels like a capacitive touch thing almost. I'm pretty low on his end. Kilo 1, Mike Zulu Mike. So I missed some of what he was saying. I hope he didn't ask me anything there. I was kind of paying attention over here to the logs on the side. K4TLI is doing a fantastic job keeping up my logs. But I do miss things sometimes because I'm not expecting anything extra to come in, and then when my brain gets into it, I'm not there yet. I thought this was just me, but I was talking with someone recently who does CW activations. They do rag chewing too, but they said that when they're in kind of activation mode, they miss a lot of stuff because their brain isn't expecting something different to come out other than just exchanges. And I'm definitely prone to doing that, especially if I've got my attention elsewhere on the side that happens. So I may try to work one or two more, maybe about 3-4 more minutes, and then I'm going to hop off here. I love this key. This is awesome. All right, you did an awesome job with this. This is like the just in case key, the just in key. Here we go. Let's see. I mean, this is so simple, so easy, and it can get you out of a tight spot, because once I went to a park and was planning to use this key, and one problem with mine, now this is the very earliest version of this paddle, is that these posts in here can become loose, and this became loose and one of the posts just fell off. And I did not back then have a precision screwdriver with me. I now keep one with me at all times. Did they send park to park? I missed that. RST. RST. I think that he's asking is RST, right? Am I not hearing this right? Okay. Okay, just had a hard time hearing it. There we go. Okay, I just sent QRT. So when you send, I'll write this down here. When you send QRT, I always do, I'll send QRT DE K4 SWL, like that. And that's just telling someone if they're there that I'm hopping off the air. And I usually wait maybe, I don't know, another few seconds just to see if anybody comes in. Sometimes that's when people start chiming in. One time, famously, this is before I was doing videos. No, it wasn't. I just didn't do a video of this one, I think. But I was doing an activation and I had 8 contacts. And it was just almost impossible for me to get the last 2. And so I sent, you know, QRT DEK4 SWL. And I just thought, you know, that'll be the end of it. And I started getting like I had like 4 more calls then. And I was thinking, did they just now tune in as I was hopping off? Or were they just waiting there thinking, I'll just kind of wait around, and if he doesn't get a contact, I'll get him. I don't know. But if you send QRT, that also allows somebody that happens to maybe be listening to the frequency, like a friend or somebody else that just worked you. If they hear you calling QRT, then they can go to the POTA website and also spot you as QRT, so people aren't trying to listen for you anymore, which is something that you can do that's kind of nice. So again, the Q codes I use the most are QRT, QRL, which means is the frequency in use, and what else? Those are the 2 I mainly use when I'm doing parks on the air and summits on the air. But I've got to say, man, so N6ARA is the guy who did this paddle. This thing is so clever. It's just so cool. it seems to work really, really well. I mean, I think I could do multiple activations with this. This could be a primary key for some of my radios. Like, I think even he was saying he may use it as a primary key for his MTR3B, which is a really small radio to begin with. I think the paddle port is on the back, but you can just turn the radio around and then you've got it. This is actually at a pretty comfortable angle, so this will be great. What I was trying to explain before is I had taken this out, I think it was, what game land was it? Was it Mitchell Game Land? It was a game land. And I went out there. Oh no, this was before. I'm remembering now. This was before I was doing CW activations. And I couldn't get a spot. And I was doing CW or SSB. I couldn't get a spot. And so I wanted to contact my buddy Mike, K8RAT, and just tell him that, you know, what frequency I was going to on the single sideband. And he was listening, and I think he could hear me. But this post wiggled loose and came out completely. And only thing this would send were DITs. That was it. It wouldn't send anything else but DITs. And I had no other key with me. And I didn't have a precision paddle to fix this. Oh, actually, in fact, it wasn't even, I remember now, I lost this post. That's the reason why I didn't fix it in the field. I completely lost this post. I had to get Alacraft to send me another one, which actually they kindly did. They didn't even charge me for it. I told them the post came out and they just sent me another post and another screw here to go into it. But that's what happened. So nowadays what I do, I keep in my, sort of my EDC pack I keep with me at all times, I have a precision, screwdriver set. And I did this actually before I came out here. I'd say every month or two, I go in here and tighten down these posts so that they're really, really tight. And I check them all the time. But that particular day, since I could only send DITs, I couldn't tell him the frequency I was going to. I even tried just using just DITs to tell him, but of course it doesn't work because he didn't know what was going on. He just thought my keyer was malfunctioning or something. But if I had something like this in there, just as a spare, man, this works brilliantly. I could do a really long activation with this. It actually works super, super well. So great engineering there. N6ARA. And again, I'll have details about this in the description below because I'll have, if he has a link to something, it'll be in there. If not, I'll have more information that he provides me about it so you'll know about it. Yeah. So anyway, thank you very much for joining me on the activation today. Hazel was really quiet today. I think she's listening to something in the woods up there. I don't know if it's a deer or what, but she's quiet as always, actually. Plus, she doesn't hear as well as she used to after her operation, so I think she hears certain sounds and vibrations and things sometimes that I don't pay attention to. But anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. If you got any questions, let me know in the description below. I think it was a fun little activation, and my speaker wire antenna did really well. The band was rough, though. The QSB was really, really bad today. I mean, that's what was happening. That's the reason why 2 people in a row asked me for the RST, and I kind of missed that the first go around, and it's because I must have been fading out on them when I was sending my RST, and they wanted to get that in the logs. So this happens from time to time, and what you have to do is just go back and repeat yourself, like maybe 2 or 3 times to allow that the band to come back up enough that they can hear it before it goes back down again. So, again, thank you so much, and 7 threes.